I'm here on the job site with Dale, who's a framing contractor.
Hey, good morning.
Dale traded up to Geico Commercial Auto Insurance for all his business vehicles. We're here where he needs us most.
Yep, they sure are.
We make it easy for him to save on all his insurance needs, all in one place, with coverage that fits his business and bottom line. Oh, I shouldn't have looked down.
It's all right.
We're so far up here.
Look at me. Take a deep breath.
Oh, I'm good. So good.
Get a commercial auto insurance quote today at geico.com and see how much you could save. It feels good to Geico.
Every team, every topic, everywhere. This is Believe.
What's up, everybody? Got a huge Friday Face-Off here today. We have a guest. A lot of times we don't have guests on Friday Face-Off, but whenever we see somebody doing some really awesome things in the hockey world, we'll try to bring them on and shine a light on some of the great things that they're doing. So we have Kevin McLaughlin on the podcast here today. He is a founder of Rink Rentals, which is a hockey equipment rental company. So Kevin, thanks for hopping on with us here today.
Yeah, Toph, Jeff, appreciate it. Appreciate the
small hockey world. One of your best friends is somebody that I recruited and coached at Cornell, who also happens to be on my beer league team, which is one of the best beer league teams ever. And then also he played on a team that was with Alex Weidman. And so Hilly and Wides connected Vex, and you're set. Like, it's just the hockey world's very small. So thank you to Kev and Jeff and Hilly and Wides and everybody. It's just all one big happy family, right?
Small. The world's small.
But Kev, just to start some things off here, tell our listeners a little bit about just the backstory of Rink Rat Rentals and how you came up with the idea and where you guys are at right now.
Yeah. First off, obviously, thanks so much for having me on. And again, maybe just a background on myself, the company. So my business partner and I, we grew up in Chicago, playing hockey in Chicago. And ironically, we're kind of actually both one of 6 kids. So in addition to kind of both of us playing, all of our brothers played too. So as you can imagine, our parents, spent a small fortune putting us through hockey. And then kind of as we've grown up, we've obviously seen, firsthand how expensive, hockey's become. And it's definitely pricing families out. Just getting a kid started can, cost, over $1,000, which is a huge, financial commitment for parents. And I know you guys have mentioned on prior episodes, but, when kids are young, they're trying multiple sports. The parents don't always know, which sport their kid's going to like. And then, in the off chance their kid actually does like hockey, they outgrow their equipment every season. So it doesn't always, I would say, make sense to go out and buy brand new equipment. So my business partner and I, we kind of saw how that financial hurdle was kind of preventing kids from getting on the ice. And we wanted to do something about it. And so Rink Rat Rentals was kind of born. And then maybe just a brief overview of kind of what we're doing. In short, we kind of like to describe ourselves as the Rent the Runway, but for hockey equipment. So we provide rental equipment for kids ages, 3 to 13. And actually recently we started offering adult and goalie equipment as well. How it works is pretty simple, or at least I hope it is. Families go on our website, they choose their rental period. They select their equipment, they select their sizes, and we ship everything right to their door. And then when the rental period's up, we email a return label. They send us the equipment back. We inspect it, clean it, and then kind of store it for the next player. So instead of spending, close to $1,000 on equipment for a 6 or 7-year-old, you can kind of rent a full set of gear from us for, $30 or $40 a month, depending on your sizes. I think ultimately we're kind of here to help grow the game by, making equipment a little bit more affordable, lowering those financial barriers to entry so more kids can kind of try the sport and, stay in the sport as well.
Bex, how sick is that, man?
I mean, I think the the biggest problem with hockey that we face is the cost. I think it's the most uphill battle. And when he reached out to me and told me about what he was doing, I was like, dude, this is the most unbelievable thing ever. And on so many levels, the ability to get new people to try hockey, the ability to get people to not spend a crazy amount of money, people that like are kind of like, I want to try it, but I got a lot of kids, don't want to spend that money, don't want to buy all that equipment, and then they never use it, type of thing. I mean, there's just so many reasons that I think this helps the game of hockey, and it's badass.
Well, as someone too that has kids around those ages where they're sampling and trying things out, right? We're putting our kids in a lot of different things, and like common sense is something I think we might need a little bit more of in our world today. And like the fact that you can rent, because our kids will play hockey in the winter and then baseball in the spring and then soccer in the fall and things like that. As my kids are 4 to 8 years old, and being able to have the ability to get this equipment in a rental time frame, knowing or not knowing, I should say, if they're going to want to do hockey long term or not or whatever, like it makes so much sense, and it's so cost effective too. And it's especially good, like, if we really want to grow the game, we have to bring people into the game that don't know much about the game, and hockey is not what somebody has called a default sport where you can just pick up a ball and play it in your driveway. You need ice and you need equipment, you need a lot of these different things. So the easier that we can make those entry points into the game, I just feel like this is a huge value add for anybody out there has kids, especially around my kids' age, that are like, let's try it. Let's see what it's like. And if they like it, great, then we'll keep going. If not, then, we just rented equipment for a little bit and instead of spending $1,000, $1,500 on an entire set. So I think it's amazing. What's some of the feedback that you've gotten, Kevin, from particularly, I would like to know, just like some of the families that might not be your traditional hockey families. They're new to the sport. Their kid liked it by watching it on TV or showing up at a rink or things like that. What is some of the feedback that you've been getting?
Yeah, so I would say mainly two things. One, we tried to make it like as easy as possible for people when they are looking for equipment. And like you mentioned, even people who are new, I mean, they don't even know all the equipment you need. So the first thing we did was created this complete equipment rental set. So it comes with everything you'll need to get your kid on the ice, from a bag to jersey, neck guard, helmet, skates, gloves, you name it, it's in there. And so people have come to us and said, hey, you made the process so easy. It's extremely affordable. So that's one way that I think we've really made a difference too. And then the other thing is just, we've gotten a lot of feedback where parents saying, hey, I would have never put my kid into the sport had we not, found you guys, or had our organization not partnered with you. So I think we're definitely appealing to people who maybe otherwise wouldn't have tried it, and that, financial, I would say, barriers, at least lowered, so their kid can kind of get involved in the sport and stick with it. And parents, like that, we see a lot of repeat renters. So, their kid grows out of their gear, they return it, and they're renting again. So we're kind of happy to help grow the game and increase participation numbers for some of the rinks and organizations we're partnering with.
That's amazing, man. And I know that, you guys, it's not just for the one-off, family that's looking to get into it, but you guys partner with youth organizations too. How has that kind of shifted or changed the way that you do things, and how have those relationships been so far?
Yeah, the relationships have been great. I want to maybe give a shout out to a couple organizations who have done really well and worked with us a lot. The Ozaki Ice Dogs in Wisconsin, the Appleton Area Hockey Association, also in Wisconsin, FMC Ice Sports, which is actually a big group out in Boston, and Tri-Valley Ice out in California. And so what they're doing is, they're promoting us to their Learn to Skate, Learn to Play mites and squirts, putting us on their website and the registration materials, and just letting people know that, hey, there's a more affordable option out there if you're looking for equipment. So they kind of do the marketing for us. And then, we like to tell them, our goal is for them to be, as hands-off as possible. We're not trying to give them any more administrative overhead or anything like that. Hopefully the only thing they hear about us is people, giving us raving reviews. So, they've been great. Our partners have been great. And they have helped us out tremendously. So we can't say enough about them.
That's awesome, man. Very, very cool. Well, we only got a couple minutes left here, but there's a lot of people out there that are just wondering about the equipment industry right now. It's an industry that's changing, and there's private equity getting involved now, and it seems like the prices for everybody. It's one of the biggest complaints that we get is equipment's way too expensive now. What's your thoughts on just the equipment industry as a whole, and how can parents navigate the rising prices, and how should they be thinking about how to, outside of using Rink rentals, how should they think about, just the equipment piece of their kids' journey?
Yeah. We always say, especially for young kids, or kids who are younger, your kid mainly needs equipment for protection, not performance. And then as you grow up and you get older, you need more gear that's, I would say, performance based. So I would say the first thing is, when your kid's younger, you need stuff to get them on the ice. Get them on the ice as much as possible. Don't break your bank to kind of put them on the ice. And then the equipment industry in general, we are seeing with a lot of our suppliers, I would say supply chain bottlenecks. People are, sort of running out of inventory here and there, given all the stuff going on with tariffs and whatnot lately. That's definitely thrown a couple wrenches into the system. But, I don't know if the cost for the equipment is going to go down anytime soon. I would hope so. You're seeing newer suppliers come in. True Hockey is one of them. I know that's kind of coming in. Warriors obviously made a push here in the past couple of years as well, and giving, Bauer and CCM a run for their money. So hopefully the competition can kind of drive some prices down and lower the cost for everyone. So, if they want to grow the game, they got to make it affordable. Rising prices definitely doesn't, draw more people in.
Yeah, for sure. Well, Kevin, great stuff. Before we let you go, where can people find you? Website and things like that. If they want to check out what you guys are doing, where should they go? Yeah,
so our website is just rinkrackrentals.com. And then our Instagram, we have a little Instagram page. It's just Rink Rat Rentals as well. So give us a follow, go to our website. If you need to contact me directly, my email is just kevin@rinkratrentals.com. Or you'll find it on our website as well. So, once again, thank you guys for having us on. We really appreciate it. And I love what you guys are doing as well. I was listening to the podcast about the half ice versus full ice ordeal. I've had that argument with my family for a while. I'm definitely on the half ice side of that argument. So I love what you guys are doing. It's great, and really appreciate it.
Well, anytime you want to come to the Scott Thanksgiving with Uncle Timmy, be my guest.
And thank you for what you're doing for the hockey world, bro. It's very, very, very cool. It's a big idea. It's awesome. It's going to help a lot of people here.
Yeah. Appreciate it again. And thank you very much. I'm the opportunity to kind of get in front of your audience and speak to everyone. I can't say enough. Thank you. So again, thanks.
All right. Thanks, Kevin.
I'm here on the job site with Dale, who's a framing contractor.
Hey, good morning.
Dale traded up to Geico Commercial Auto Insurance for all his business vehicles. We're here where he needs us most.
Yep, they sure are.
We make it easy for him to save on all his insurance needs, all in one place, with coverage that fits his business and bottom line. Oh, I shouldn't have looked down.
It's all right.
We're so far up here.
Look at me. Take a deep breath.
No, I'm good. So good.
Get a commercial auto insurance quote today at geico.com and see how much you could save. It feels good to Geico.
If you like the show, please take a moment to rate, review, and subscribe. It really does help the show to grow. Thank you for listening.